I've done over $100 million in revenue for my clients on my Facebook ads agency over the last 5 years of running ads. And in today's video, I'm gonna be answering your questions. I recently posted a tweet basically just saying, hey, who has questions around Facebook ads, creatives, landing page, offer, all of those good things. And I got some really good questions that we'll be answering in today's video. That being said, let's dive into it. So the very first question is, what's your best advice for attracting higher ticket clients as a Facebook ads agency owner? And my advice for you is you need to work your way up the ladder. My very first clients were just getting started. They weren't making any money with Facebook ads, and I was charging them $500 a month to build out their Facebook ads, build out their funnel, all of those things, and then get them running. What I realized with this is that these were the lowest paying clients because they had no proof and no success with Facebook ads. And a lot of them, this was their first time running Facebook ads. Working my way up as I started landing clients that were already running Facebook ads and were just doing it wrongfully. Like they weren't making money. They had a lot of mistakes they were making. These particular clients right here, I was able to charge $1,500 to $2,000 a month for, and they were way less time because they already had everything built out. They just needed a specialist to go in and tweak everything. So once I started landing these clients and I was starting able to get case studies of how I scaled, this client from $30,000 a month to $60,000 a month. Then I would go and scale clients from $50,000 a month to $200K a month. I would turn these clients into the perfect clients that I would want to sign, use those case studies to then go sign those big clients that I wanted. So you just have to work your way up and then charge based off the results you provide for people. I was talking to an agency owner earlier who was literally charging $500 a month and making clients $50K a month to run all their ads and stuff. I'm like, that is terrible. So for me, I always want to make sure that I'm charging anywhere between 10K, probably about average 5 to 10K a month for my clients. And then my goal here is to make them anywhere between 50 to 100x more of that in revenue to be able to pay off that particular fee right there. Next question is, what's the biggest thing that's made the biggest impact on your conversions with Facebook ads? For me, it was shifting from spending 95% of my time inside of the Facebook ad account to shifting that time all into creatives and marketing fundamentals and looking at the full funnel. I used to be super nerdy and techie and I'd spend 3 hours in one Facebook ad account just breaking down every single little thing, and I would overanalyze all the little bit of data inside of that account. Now, for me, it's like I spend 2-3 minutes a day inside the ad account, checking it real quick, moving to the next one, and I spend the other 95% of my day looking at the overall what messaging, personas, and funnel that we're running for that particular client, and what are the big things we can tweak that's gonna make the large change in that particular business there. So next question is, what's the number one mistake you see with brands making with their landing page? This is a very easy one. Their ads are not congruent with their landing page. Inside of the ads, they'll be showing girls doing yoga and how this is an amazing yoga product. Then they send people to a product page where it's like a guy looking like he's about to step on stage for Mr. Olympia 2025 who's using a yoga mat in all the photos and videos and stuff on the product page. So whatever customer persona you show in the ads also needs to be shown in the product page, the landing page. Those main benefits you call in the ad also needs to be shown on that product page as well. So it's very common for us to have various different landing pages for various different personas when we're working with a client. Next question is, could you please share your process for briefing designers on how to create your ads? So this is very simple here. I basically go and I script out my ad. Let's say it's a UGC video or a long form script. I'll go and write out that script. Basically just what I want that person to say and or that voiceover to say. I'll send that voiceover to my designer, and then my designer will go and use 11 Labs to make that voiceover into voice, and then he'll go and pull out various clips that we already have on file, and then what I tell them to do is articulate each word into a visual. So let's say, for example, we're talking about This product works amazing for losing weight. I'll show the product in a person that looks very slim. All I'm asking myself is, how can I visually articulate each scene? A scene for me is like 3 or 4 words put together, basically. So like each sentence, basically. And I just keep my sentences really short. And that will be like for a long form video right there. And I'll just go through each scene within that video. Now, if it's a photo ad, I'll probably send them a headline with 3 like benefits on it. And then basically same thing right there. How can you visually articulate that headline? If it's, here's how to scale Facebook ads in 2025, I'll go and show like a dashboard of like Facebook ads crushing it. And then like 3 key benefits. Masterclass, get it now, link below. So long story short, it's about just understanding for the designer to always think from a perspective of, how can I visually articulate each of these words in this script or photo ad. All right, next one is, what is the #1 pattern you've seen with 8-figure offers that most beginners still get wrong? Very easy one here. Most beginners try to go for very, very niched offers. For example, an offer specifically for left-handed brain surgeons who live in the USA versus an offer like, this product is amazing for moms who are about to give birth. Like, there's significantly more people in that one versus the left-handed brain surgeon. Now, there's nothing wrong with going niche, but if you're going to go niche, you need to make sure that you're charging high ticket pricing. The smaller the market and the less competition, the more you can charge until other competitors come in and beat you out. Next question is, do you give your existing content creators only hooks or complete new scripts? This is a really good question. So if I'm working with an existing content creator that's already filmed ads for us and they do a really good job at it, I like to try to give them less information and allow them to have more freedom to create. Now, again, this will be heavily dependent on the creator itself. Some creators love really detailed scripts, but what I find is the more detailed of a script I give a creator, there's a point of which that it actually just breaks them because there's so many little key things for them to remember. It actually is difficult for them to actually articulate all that inside of an ad, and it looks too scripted and unnatural. So I like to try to find a happy medium with some of these creators where I'll only give them a hook and 3 key talking points, and I allow them to say whatever they want as long as they flow through those talking points and hit that hook. Now, for a brand new creator I've never worked with, I will give them a more scripted approach, and that's just because I want to make sure I get it right the first time. And then depending on how creative they were with that script and actually really took their time to actually excel with that script, then I'll just give them a hook and 3 key talking points moving forward. Next question is, what's the one offer tweak that consistently boosts ROAS? So if you want to boost your return on ad spend by just tweaking the offer a little bit, I'm just always a fan of increasing the size of which people are going to buy. I find a lot of people, they try to add in a ton of stuff in terms of like buy 2 get 5 for free, which yeah, it looks good, but I never see offers like that scale. A great example is AG1 Athletic Greens. They've added in other products to increase the perceived value. Where a lot of people get wrong is that they think, oh, let me increase products for the AOV. Let me just add 5 more of the same product. I like to add in other products that's going to complement that product as bonus items or free gifts. And what that allows to do is it increases the perceived value of that offer and actually allows people to buy at a much better rate. Next question is go-to account structure for testing and scaling. To be fair, if you watch the channel, you should already know, especially if you go watch like my videos of how to lower cost per purchase in 2025, Facebook ad account structure to use in 2025, or Facebook campaign structure to use in 2025, how to test Facebook ads in 2025. I have plenty of videos on this channel that already go in very detailed specifics of how to do these things. But long story short, for me, my go-to account structure is 1 campaign per product or product category or country, kind of depending on where we're at in the testing phase. and then I do a CBO campaign. I add in new ads into that campaign and allow Facebook to spin on them if they're gonna beat my current best performer right there. And then I just simply increase or decrease that budget of that CBO by 20% up or 20% down, depending on if we're hitting our target cost per purchase. Very easy to do, very easy to manage. And it's the thing that's allowed us to scale and see the best success for all of our clients. Next question is, what is your most profitable ad to date? That's a really hard one right there. So I'm just gonna go over a couple, not necessarily most profitable, but ones that I just knew were huge ads for clients we worked with. Back in 2021, working with metal address signs, we were able to scale them into $900,000 in 20 days with one, I think it was one picture ad that we used, which was just simply a couple holding the product looking amazing, and then just simply articulating the fact that, hey, this is gonna be the perfect gift for Valentine's Day. That new creative right there really changed the trajectory of that particular business. Moving forward, working with this insurance brand, I can't really go into too much details because of NDA, but working with this insurance brand, we were able to create this ad that is completely unaware, which basically just means we're calling out a group of people and we're creating a problem for them. So we call out the fact of, hey, little known secret about Medicare, and then this could cost you thousands of dollars if you ignore this. Introduce the problem that our product solves, introduce the product, or basically, and then sending peak traffic to put in their information through a lead right there. That crushed for us. It was huge, spending literally 10, 15K a day on that ad right there for months at a time. Now, next thing I would say was another big ad. We had a lot of winners when we're working with Icon Amsterdam. We helped them scale from 300K a month to $2 million a month over the course of 2 years. And one of the best ads that just consistently kept working was like from this one particular creator. And every time this creator sent over an ad, we put in the ad account and boom, it would take overall spin and just crush literally every time. So that was a really fun ad right there. Next one was working with this brand that did paint by numbers. And they were stuck with 150K a month. And we literally created this ad based off of comments inside of reviewing the comments on our ads. And we saw this two particular people that basically just commented and tagged each other and said, hey, this would be a fun for a girls' night. So we created an ad specifically around girls' night. Little, hey, this would be the next fun thing for you to do with your girls on girls' night. And this ad literally helped us scale from 150K a month to, I think we capped out about $1.5 million a month in revenue over the course of 6 months right there. And then the last ad that I think is extremely more of a memorable ad is working with Asset. And we created basically the butt ad where it's a balloon side by side, and you'll see like the balloon on the side looks really bad with the little knot. And then the other ad right there, or other side, you'll see the balloon looking perfect. Or the donut ad for that brand, where on the left, you'll see the donut looking terrible, almost looked like it was left in the oven a little too long. And then on the right, a perfectly glazed, perfect donut. And it was basically saying hey, your butt deserves better health. And that ad right there has been featured in almost every newsletter now. I think it's a template on Creative OS. A lot of people basically took that ad and used it as inspiration in their accounts and stuff. So that was a really fun ad right there that I really liked. All right, this next question is tips on creating engaging visuals for videos for people who basically have no editing experience and hard time with finding good B-roll. So first things first, if you struggle because you don't have any video editing experience, just hire a video editor. Very simple. Or get CapCut. CapCut's actually pretty easy to edit in. I recommend that, really good. Gridbank.com is a phenomenal thing I just found recently. It's literally a B-roll website, but only B-roll shot with an iPhone, so it looks natural. It doesn't look like a stock video type of website right there. And then the last thing is if I need some type of video with a product, like people actually using a product, I will literally just very detailed describe the scene I need of just the B-roll filmed, and I'll hire creators and just get them to film it. So let's say this Celsius right here I'm drinking. Maybe I need a girl in the gym. She's doing back squats. I want the camera pointed kind of off to the side. So not behind her, but off to the side of her like this. And I want her to finish a set of 10, pick up a Celsius, put it to the camera and take a sip. That's it. and I'll literally hire a creator and give them just that like information and stuff right there. All right, and this will be the last question we'll go over today, which is how do you understand if it's a ad issue or a product issue? And this is a really good question right here. So when we come into a client's account, they pay us to make products work. Whereas a lot of you guys watching this channel, you test a product for a week and then move on. You have to find a balance and you have to find a hard line in the sand. And I think probably one of my favorite things with like testing products, I'm gonna go from this perspective for you guys, because a lot of you guys are testing products on a week-to-week basis. My favorite way to test a product is simply going ahead, launch a new campaign, one ad set, target just USA, because if you crush in the USA, you'll win everywhere else. Target USA, launch 6 ads, all with different creatives, all with different angles. And those 6 angles need to come from different personas and desires you find through research, and you spend time crafting a well-created ad around that particular persona right there for each of those particular ads. So you have 6 complete unique angles. Be very clear on that. Now, if we launch that for a week, my goal is to be break even or close to break even. If that's not the case, then I'm scrapping it. The other thing I want to be looking at is what do those metrics look like? Like maybe we're getting amazing cost per click, but a really shitty cost conversion rate on the website. Then what I would be doing is just simply trying to improve that conversion rate and leave the current ads running that we have now. Now, after 30 days, we found a product on week 1 that's break even or just slightly under break even, and we start scaling it in that first 30 days. If we're not profitable after 30 days, because we kind of isolated and found one that we really want to focus on scaling, then what I simply want to do is just move on to the next product. I think a lot of people, the biggest mistake they make is just they drag on for way too long with a shitty product. And I also should see a strong hypothesis of why, or a thesis of why this product should work based off all my market research. I should just see a clear market, a clear reason why, and all of those good things right there as well before I even test this product. So that way I actually have some level of confidence before I even throw my money at it right there. So that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you would want a part 2, drop a comment below. Make sure to hit the like button, hit that subscribe button for new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. My name is Nick Theriot. Talk to you guys later. Peace out.